I'm Sam.
And I'm Greg.
We're human beings. And we like movies.
We'll be doing reviews of brand new releases,
Old classics,
entire sagas,
and even TV shows and video games.
This is Reaction Time.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 23 of Reaction Time podcast. We're back.
We're back.
Together in the same room.
In the same
reviewing
room.
the same thing at the same time.
It's so beautiful.
Full disclosure, since the last time you really saw me or heard me, I got a dog, and so he'll be barking throughout this podcast. He is an entire floor away, but we'll still be able to hear him.
He's got to bark.
I'm sure, because he's quite the barker. So
he'll fill in our silences.
Yeah.
With ruff, ruff,
ruff, ruff. If you hear bow wow in the background, that's him.
If you hear yippee yo, yippee yay, then you need to call us because something's wrong.
It turns out I am not the one who let the dogs out. I put them in.
Dang it.
So somebody else must have let them out. Okay.
Dude.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Volume 3. I'm actually pretty excited to talk about this.
I am too.
Okay, what are your initial thoughts?
Okay, I avoided all spoilers up until the movie.
Yeah, me
because
too.
I saw it late-ish in the game, right? Yeah. I saw it just last night, so it's been 3 weeks about that it's been out, and I've avoided all the spoilers, and I also have avoided all reviews basically from anybody.
Oh, okay.
And so I don't know if this is a hot take because I still haven't, even today, listened to or read any reviews or any thoughts of anybody.
Okay.
I don't know if this is a hot take, but I think this is one of the best MCU movies.
Wow.
Like, I think this is a top tier MCU movie.
Okay. I think that it is a finally MCU... I'm not going to say they're back, but this is a movie that they have needed.
Yes.
It is very good. For certain aspects, it's my favorite Guardians.
Oh, me too. I think
there's certain aspects in the other ones that I feel were a little better.
Okay.
But overall, this one might be my favorite.
Mine too. So I think this is my favorite, and then the first one is a close second.
I actually love the second one more than the first. Yeah.
That I think is a hot take.
It's a super % hot take.
Yeah.
But I've seen it more times, so
that makes
it's a little
sense.
more endearing, I guess.
That makes sense. But... So, yeah, I mean, I was thinking about that today. I don't think that this is 100% a faith-restoring movie to the MCU.
No, not at all.
What it's like for me is you're face-to-face with somebody, and they slap you, and then they punch you in the face, and then they slap you again, and then they slap you again, and then they give you the most tender hug ever.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think they're going to hug me next.
No.
The hug was nice, but I still have my guard up because they just slapped me and punched me so many times.
Yeah.
It's exactly that with the MCU right now. So I'm happy about this movie.
Me too.
Like, really happy.
The problem is it might have just been good because it's James Gunn.
It might have been that. It might have been because everything else has sucked.
Yeah. And it's Guardians.
It's kind
of like, even Thor, Ragnarok was really the only good one. The first two were not good at all, right?
Yeah. The first one was fine. The second one was not fine.
No.
And the fourth one was horrible.
Yeah, I didn't even see it. But.
And so Guardians can get away with weirder things, too.
Yes.
And it's not like this felt inherently like an MCU movie, but it did at the same time because Guardians is the weirder MCU group.
It definitely wasn't like a huge story-building MCU at all.
Yeah, it wasn't super like interconnected.
But it was good.
It was good.
I liked it.
And I might have liked it a little extra because the last few weeks for me have been so emotionally charged. It's been the most emotional 3 weeks of my life. That seeing this movie, like everything hit harder too.
I can see
every
that.
aspect of it. I was just like, I basically like was either crying or on the verge of tears like the entire movie.
Or laughing. Or crying because you were laughing so hard.
This was also one of the funniest.
This is good.
Like I think this was Drax's funniest movie.
Yes.
And there was a lot of really good banter. Action was incredible.
Good, yeah.
Really good action. Maybe the best action of any MCU movie overall. In my opinion.
Okay, yeah. It was good.
So, yeah.
It's hard to beat, like, Infinity War and Endgame.
Infinity War and Endgame are really good, but that's more of a ginormous action type of thing, mostly.
Well, not even that, just like them, just the originals fighting Thanos, like those kind of action set pieces, I think,
and
are really,
that's
really
awesome,
good.
I think, more for an emotional reason
Yeah.
in a lot of
Yeah.
ways. This was just visually really awesome. And we'll get into those kind of when we get into
I think, like,
spoilers and
Shang-Chi
stuff.
is, like, your best set action.
Yeah, like
But-
best choreographed
yeah,
kind of. Yeah, for sure.
What would you give it out of 10?
9.2.
I give it a 9.
Okay.
Yeah, just a solid 9.
Yeah.
Reviews are good.
Are they?
They're not incredible. Like 81
Yeah.
on Rotten Tomatoes. Everybody that I've talked to is
Okay.
like, this is finally a good MCU movie.
Yeah.
So
It just felt good to feel good again
Yeah.
during the movie. You know?
Drax is just.
Drax is just so.
That's why you go see those movies, honestly,
Yeah,
for me.
dude. Just the
Him and
the
Mantis.
Drax and Mantis. Yeah, the banter is phenomenal. It's so good.
Oh, man.
Yeah, really good story
Yep, good acting.
and character development and acting and action and visuals. The CGI was finally good again.
yeah, it was pretty
you know?
good.
So
Good soundtrack.
great soundtrack.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
good. I think this is my favorite soundtrack of any of the Guardians movies.
Ooh, I think the first is still my favorite.
The first is very good.
Yeah.
I really felt like this was better.
This is pretty good, though.
Personally, it was very,
pretty
very good. So this is a rewatcher for me, and it might,
yeah.
if I have time, this might be a rewatcher in theaters.
Ooh.
If I find 2.5
Yeah.
hours in a day somewhere, or if I want to find a theater that plays it at 1 a.m. where I can sneak away, this I think is a rewatcher, which I have not seen in a long time. Not since
Yeah, because you were supposed to go watch Super Mario again, and you never did.
Yeah.
Or Avatar.
this. Yeah, besides Mario, Avatar I wanted to rewatch for different reasons.
3D.
For
You
3D.
technically did rewatch it.
Oh, I did see it. I saw
Yeah.
it twice.
Yeah, you saw it twice.
But I didn't see it in 3D.
No.
Mario, I wanted to rewatch, but I didn't get the chance.
Nope.
This is the first one that I've really wanted to rewatch since No Way Home
Okay, yeah.
or Top Gun Maverick. I can't
Okay.
remember. I think
Yeah.
Maverick was after.
Maverick was after. Yeah.
So yeah, this is like the first rewatcher since Top Gun Maverick. So I'm stoked about this movie. I'm glad it exists.
yeah.
So
I recommend it.
I don't.
Yeah, I assume we're
horrible.
9.2. You're like, don't
Yeah,
go see
like-
this.
No dice. So yeah, it was awesome.
I recommend it in theaters. It's a visual
Yes.
treat.
Yes, it is.
So,
It's a
and the-
visual and a sonic treat. Like
Yeah.
it sounds
yeah.
good, and the music is really good.
You can be eating Sonic while you're there, So,
How
you
do
know
you
Sonic, the restaurant?
Oh my gosh! I was
You're
only
thinking of
thinking
the
about the
video
video
game.
game character, and I was like, I don't know what it means.
Oh.
The brain's not working perfectly right now.
No, it's been like a month since we've done this, so
It is. Yeah, it's been a month.
it's been a minute.
It has been a minute. Okay.
Okay.
Do you want to get into spoilers? Do you have
Let's-
anything else spoiler free?
I don't have anything else spoiler free.
Okay.
I have 2 PSAs.
Are they spoiler free PSAs?
They have nothing to do with this movie.
Okay, go.
The first one, I need to change my score on Star Wars.
On Revenge of the Sith,
Yes, I need to change the score.
you're out of 10?
No,
oh,
no,
the
no.
score.
The score.
Okay.
The score to 200 because I listened to the soundtrack.
Oh.
And it's top notch. Yeah.
It's baller.
It's awesome.
It slaps so hard.
And then I'm gonna bring the story down 10 because I need to stay at that 777. So
Okay, perfect.
I'm gonna add
That's
10 to
actually
the
great.
score. I'm gonna
That's
bring
great.
10 down to the story.
The 190 on your score was like, bro. Okay, wait. We're on air right now, so I have to do this.
Oh.
Give me just 1 second. I know this is going to eat into our time a little bit.
You're fine. Oh,
So,
what is this?
this is not a gift for you.
Dang it.
I know. I'm so sorry.
That's so sad.
So, I don't want to bring the mood down too much, but my dear father-in-law passed away a few weeks ago. He was awesome. And a couple of years ago, he showed me this really cool thing that he had. And him and I geeked out about it for a long time. And so when he passed, I got it. This is a baton signed by John Williams, a conductor's baton.
Oh
So he got it in 2004, which is right between
Gosh.
when Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith came out. And he got it because he volunteered at the Rose Bowl and the Rose Parade and everything for 31 years and did all sorts of stuff with that. So they always had musical guests come and different
Yeah.
famous people and stuff. And so he got that from John Williams.
Dude.
Isn't that like the coolest thing ever?
That's incredible.
It's awesome. So that's like my prized possession now.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the coolest thing I have. So I thought I'd show you.
That's
'Cause it's really
legit.
awesome. Yeah. Okay.
May or may not steal that later.
If you steal this, I will.
I would never
you
steal
down.
that. I would never steal that.
You will die. Okay.
The second PSA,
Yeah. Second PSA. Go.
Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is fantastic. Go and play it. Okay. That's all I have
Third
to say.
PSA.
Third PSA.
We're about to jump into spoilers, but first, please subscribe to this podcast if you
Yes.
are not yet. We have a lot of listeners and a lot of subscribers, but there are a lot of listeners that are not subscribed to the podcast.
Yep.
All you got to do is hit the button. It doesn't
Yep.
really inconvenience you, but it will alert you when we put a new episode up. Go find us on YouTube. We will be doing video podcasts very soon.
Yes.
I was
we
going to
will
video
be.
podcast this one, but no time.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Very soon we will be video podcasting, which will be fun. You'll be able to see us uncut and
Us waving our hands
fun.
around.
We don't know what to do with our hands. We don't know where to sit.
Sam's
we
gonna
usually
put a
sit
shirt
back
on.
to back,
Yeah.
or upside down. It just kind of depends. One of us usually lays underneath a couch. I don't know. It's weird. You'll see it. So go to YouTube and subscribe so you can wait for that.
Yep.
And then just go ahead and click all the links in our description so you can like donate or whatever or subscribe monetarily.
Spotify actually has video podcasts too.
They do, and
So-
I think we can do that
We can
through our
Through our-
sponsor.
through our sponsor. So
Now a message from our sponsor. All right, let's get into spoilers. If you haven't seen the movie and you want to, pause it here,
yes.
go see the movie, and then come back.
Okay.
Okay. You want to jump into
Yeah.
our scores?
Yeah, let's do it. So, okay, visuals. Okay, I thought everything looked really, really good, other than the scope, whatever that thing was.
Orgocorp.
Orgocorp.
Yeah. Did it
Why?
look bad or did it look weird for you?
Weird. It didn't look bad.
Okay.
It
Yeah,
just,
because same for me. I was
it felt
trying to
weird.
decide. It was a James Gunny thing.
I know.
Honestly, that's just kind of what it was.
that whole and like them in the suits and everything. I don't know. That whole
It was
like
goofy. In the trailer. In the trailer you
no,
don't
no,
see
no, not
the-
them in their suits.
No, I know, but in the trailer
people.
you don't see the people, like the security guard
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
You don't see that. You
Yeah.
only see the Teletubbies, right?
Yes.
And so I was like, oh no, like that kind of looks dumb. They made it really funny, which I love.
It would have been dumb, but Mantis flying around everywhere.
Well, Mantis flying around in that, and because I was like, why are they different
funny.
colors? But then they added the button thing, and that made it so much funny. So
I can't wear this. It
for
goes against
some
my skin
reason-
color.
for some reason, the security guard suits didn't bug me, but they were
Ugh.
really stupid.
They're so dumb.
But I don't know why I'm not bugged by that.
It weirded. It was weird.
It
I
should
don't
bug me,
know.
but it
Yeah.
didn't. So
It was
yeah.
just dumb. Anyways,
But-
yeah. So I don't know, but for some reason it was just super weird. So
Yeah.
that was honestly the only thing that I thought looked really weird. I have a note here. It's been a minute since I've seen this, you guys, so bear with me. I have a note here that says the girl running around looks really bad with the frames, and I'm
Are
trying.
you talking
to
about the girl who's running around in the hamster wheel?
Yes. Ooh, that looked rough.
Yeah, that was weird.
It was weird. She was like framey. Like it wasn't a smooth animation.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously she's not running in a hamster.
So I was
wheel.
wondering about that because I was
I thought they
watching.
just clip her. Like
They
maybe.
it might be fully CG.
yeah.
I was also wondering because they do a lot of practical effects. James Gunn likes doing some practical effects, and so I was wondering, do they have a real person running in a hamster ball, but they're spinning the camera at the same time, and then they crop that in? I have no
No.
idea.
Or maybe it just looked weird because it was weird. But
Because it defied
it looked like it was like
gravity.
like framey wrong. Though.
Yeah,
Like it was like
yeah.
a low frame rate or
It
something
did look
like that. So.
Yeah, there was something off
Yeah,
about
okay.
it.
That's
So,
what it was. The
yeah.
hamster wheel. Huh?
Yeah. So I think Rocket looks
Great.
great. Better every movie.
Yeah.
All the animals really look
So
good. I mean,
good.
they still looked like CGI animals.
Yeah.
But still, we're like at that top tier
Mm-hmm.
level now with like CGI animals and stuff that looks so good.
And they did not shun away from the kind of horribleness that the animals
No,
looked like.
dude. This was some.
That was rough.
There was some body horror in this, like animal wise and people wise
Yeah.
in this movie.
Every time I
It's
saw the
kinda
rabbit,
shocking.
I was just like wanting
the
to
rabbit
die
was
inside.
freaky right off the bat. I was like, oh, that's so scary.
And then when it just starts talking, it's all happy. And I'm
Dude.
like, this is so freaking messed
Rip
up.
to floor.
Oh,
So sad.
all of them.
The opening fight was pretty cool.
What was the opening fight?
With Warlock.
Yes.
Where he flies in and everything.
Yes.
It was good. It was
He
pretty
did
good.
really well.
He did really well.
Yeah.
I liked that character a lot. There were some weird things, and I know it was a little different from the comics.
It's different
and
from the
stuff,
comics, but I liked it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
so.
agree.
Did you know that he is the, if you Google the actor with the eyebrows, he's the one that comes up because he's got the,
Really?
Yeah, he's got the crazy
Well, yeah.
eyebrows.
I mean, have you heard the thing about people recognizing him as Sid from Toy Story?
oh,
Have you heard that?
No.
Okay, so he was said in an interview like a few weeks ago. He said he was in a bathroom, like a public bathroom, and some kid or maybe like a young teenager walks up to him and was like, "Oh my gosh, you're Sid from Toy Story," and he's like. How do I tell this kid that movie
That's
was
not
made
real.
30 years ago and that it's a cartoon? But that's so funny because they do look very similar with the
That's
eyebrows.
hilarious.
Okay, I have some questions.
Yes.
They're clickbaity questions if we make like a YouTube video.
Oh, cool.
Airbud MCU canon because of Cosmo the dog or whatever.
Oh.
Every time I saw that dog moving the rocks and stuff, I was like, Airbud?
Airbud, that's
Also,
amazing.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles MCU canon because of the turtle that they turn into the scary looking Ninja Turtle. And then
That was
Teletubbies
creepy.
MCU canon.
Yes, Teletubbies definitely.
So I think we can
Confirmed.
make some really clickbaity videos,
Yes.
10 seconds long with those titles.
Do it.
MCU canon? Question mark. MCU does this one thing.
Oh man.
So yeah, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle was freaky. All the animals, when they were experimenting on animals, was all freaky.
all freaky.
What was the first one they did that was so scary? It was a pig. No, it wasn't a pig. They
It
had
wasn't
a pig,
a
later.
pig. It was like a freaking
rabbit?
kangaroo or something.
They did a kangaroo, but I think
Yeah.
there was one before that, but I can't remember what it was. It was,
Was
all
it
very
not the turtle? The turtle, not the first.
No, it was maybe it was the
Or
turtle.
was it like a
no,
rat?
it was the turtle. You're right.
I think it was a turtle.
Yeah, it was a turtle.
Yeah. Those were a little beyond my taste for normalness. It was very off-putting.
Yeah, it was very scary. So 2 more visual things.
Okay.
One, Peter and Groot, just when they
Dude.
break out of the ship office thing, and they're like, Groot opens up and he has all those guns, and they're all shooting and
Yep.
everything. Amazing
I have that
scene.
note down. Yep.
So freaking good. And then also, it's 2023, baby. And starting in 2016 with Rogue One, we're in the era of hallway scenes. Okay. So
Okay.
what you do is you put your hero or villain, I guess, Darth Vader, in a hallway and you have them just murder people.
Right.
Mostly in Star Wars. It's happened like 9 times now since that one thing. But now they did it with the Guardians in that hallway where they kill everybody.
Oh my gosh, that's right.
Incredible.
So good.
One of the best hallway scenes of all
Something
time.
about a hallway.
It's the enclosed.
Yeah, I guess so.
But the camera work in that too, somebody gets shot and it goes through them, and then the camera goes through the hole and follows everybody. It's so cool.
that whole scene, because it was also shot as like a one shot,
Yeah.
that is, I think, the greatest piece of MCU ever.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Ever.
for sure.
Like,
I think 100% that's true.
Fight scene. I forgot about that fight scene.
That's-
so I might agree
that's
with you
why.
on your original statement.
Because that combined with Peter and Groot, combined with that opening scene with Adam Warlock, just
combined with all the other
there
Guardians.
are other really awesome scenes in the MCU, but as a movie as a whole, I think this has the best action.
Dude. And like with all, and with Rocket and everybody.
Yeah.
And that was,
And the callback to Rocket sitting on Groot's shoulder and they're both shooting and stuff.
dude, perfect.
So
That scene
good.
was perfect.
Yeah.
Nothing looked bad.
Yeah.
The camera was awesome.
The moves were great and the moves were clever too.
and it was
so
one
many
shot.
clever moves.
I hate when they just keep clipping back and forth
Yeah,
so many times. I
Yeah.
want to just see it, you know?
Yeah. The under-edited shots, and I know this wasn't a oneer, right?
No,
'Cause
of course
most of
not.
it's CG.
Of course not.
And they have a bunch of clever ways to
Yeah.
stitch it together. But yeah, it's so much cooler to see something that's a oneer
Yeah.
than to see when they, within 2 or 3 seconds, there's 5 or 6
Yeah.
clips, so yeah.
That's yeah. I think that's hands
So
down
good.
the best thing ever created.
Yeah. And
From
then-
the MCU.
For sure. And
And
then
most.
CGI. Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, seriously.
CGI wise, this was like mid top tier of MCU CGI. I don't think it was the best, but it wasn't middle of the road. It's
No.
kind of just in between those.
Yeah, it was
so
really good.
not anything that blew me away, but not anything that distracted at all. It was kind of exactly what I think it needed to be.
Yeah.
It didn't do anything extra though.
Yeah.
But there were some things that were really cool. Oh, also last thing as far as visuals go, what's his name? The
Who?
creator, the villain.
Oh crap.
I just was I was like, I got to remember his name.
Okay, I'll look it up.
The High Evolutionary.
The high of yes.
Got
yes.
it. I was trying to figure out the whole movie why his face looked like that on the sides.
Oh right.
Right. And then they show Rocket rip his face up.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, so is his face all ripped up and it's a mask over the top of all of it? Or did he rip his head apart on the sides? I couldn't figure it out. But then at the end, when he takes his mask off and his face is just demolished, same vibes as Two-Face from The Dark Knight. But yuckier, I was like, This is PG-13. Gross.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Oh,
it was
that's
awesome.
so good.
So good.
Just for the fight scene alone, I'm going to give it a 195.
That's fair.
Just for the fight scene alone.
Yeah.
Because it was just, it was literally perfect.
It was.
And just the coolest thing in the freaking world.
I also am going to give it a 195.
Okay.
Everything outside of CGI pretty much blew me away. And even some of the CGI blew me away.
Yeah.
Oh, and the action when it's not a ton of stuff, but when they're in Orga Corp and basically everybody finds out that they're like not supposed to be there. That scene was pretty
cool
too,
yeah.
with everybody
All
getting
flying
blown away,
around.
and then they all
and
start
everything.
flying around and stuff. So
yeah,
it was awesome.
It was really, really good.
Okay, you have any more visual notes?
I don't think I do. Let's see. Oh, seeing Howard the Duck again. Awesome.
Oh yeah. When did he first show up? Do you remember in MCU?
I think it was the first Guardians. Wasn't it like an end credit scene?
Was it that late? I mean, I know that was 2014. That was 9 years ago. But I feel like he was. No, you're probably right.
I think it was Guardians.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. Groot with all the guns. Gamora on the toilet. Why? Just didn't understand that. Where she's just peeing on the toilet for no reason. Like I didn't know why I needed to see that.
That's why.
I guess. Yeah, I think that was it.
Okay.
So
let's move on to story.
Okay.
How did you feel about the story and the writing?
I loved how they did Rocket's backstory.
Me too.
Just one that they did it and how they did it. Little clips throughout. You find out a little bit more and a little bit more. It was really cool because they always just kind of hinted that he had a backstory, obviously, and that he didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
And so I was a little sad that we didn't get much action Rocket, but we got a lot of Rocket because we kept seeing him.
Yeah. This I think made up for the lack of action.
It did.
And the lack of Bradley Cooper's Rocket.
Yeah, it did. You know? I just wanted a little more just because he's really, really good.
Yeah.
But I have very few complaints. The only thing was I'm still needing like a death, dude.
I super thought somebody was going to die the whole movie.
Because Drax seemed like he was going to die for a minute there.
Which, honestly, is maybe more ballsy than killing somebody off.
Probably, but I think most of their contracts are up.
Yeah, I mean, they disbanded them.
Yeah, because the one thing I wanted to talk to you about is the very end. It says Star-Lord will return.
Right.
Doesn't say the Guardians.
Correct.
It just says Star-Lord.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that's the only person they actually have like a hold on. So they put at least Star-Lord and they hope to get more. But
either that or him and the new Guardians.
Yeah.
Because most of those people are CGI.
Yeah.
For the most part. I guess who was it? Rocket, Groot, Homeboy with the arrow, whose name always escapes me.
I know.
Little girl, and somebody else.
I think it was Gilmore Girls.
Was there somebody else? There were more than 4. There were 5 of them, right?
Yeah, there was one of the kids.
Yeah, the kid.
Yeah.
Rocket, Homeboy with the arrow, Groot, and who else? Okay. So maybe
the dog.
Oh, and the dog.
And the dog.
So it's like mostly CGI.
Yeah.
And a kid and a dude. James Gunn's brother. So so they might do some spin-off show.
Yeah.
I don't know,
The only thing about the story that I thought was really dumb was Chris Pratt's death part. Because why did he not have any of his equipment all of a sudden to be able to
fly
or breathe in space? Like,
that's a good question.
He just all of a sudden just
yeah.
Because to me, why I love Guardians 2 was because of Yondu and that moment. Right? There's only one helmet, so it was so dramatic and like emotional. And I feel like they kind of like they didn't, but it almost seemed like it was just trying to take from that emotion again. That he doesn't have his helmet, but why didn't he? Why wouldn't he have his helmet? Of course he has it.
That's true. That's a good point.
Yeah, and then his face just starts to blow up, and I was like, okay, obviously he's not dead. This is dumb.
Yeah, he wasn't going to die like that. But I do think it didn't feel while that was happening like he was about to die.
No.
Even once.
No.
Because of the music and just the vibe and everything. So I was like, oh, they're just maybe just doing this to be funny.
Yeah.
Right when his face started to puff up, I was like, oh, he's not going to die.
Yeah.
And if he did die there, that's when I was going to be livid because it was going to be a bad death for him, right?
100%
so I was like,
a bad
dude,
death.
are you serious?
Oh, man. So my story notes that I have, I love the one-liner. It's not a one-liner, but the kill the one that looks like a carrot to show them we mean business.
Yeah. Gamora was insane in this movie.
She
I
was.
loved it. She was
Dark.
really dark and intense. She just shoot people, and you're like, oh my goodness.
And he's like, wait, we don't do that. We're the Guardians.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm not.
So funny.
I do like how she did go back rather than staying with
Yeah.
them. I thought that was a better ending than just ending it with them falling back in love.
Right. Yeah. It just makes more sense.
Yeah, because obviously him and what's his sister's name?
Nebula.
Nebula. Obviously they're gonna get together.
Yeah.
We got the very first F-bomb,
Yes. Beautiful.
and it was beautiful.
Beautiful.
Looks like you're
beautiful.
pressing the keyhole. Press the button. Now what? Open the freaking door.
So funny. It was technically the second F-bomb in the MCU.
What's the first one?
I am Groot.
Oh.
And then Rocket says, he said, we're the Guardians of the freaking galaxy.
Except he didn't
Only he
say
didn't say frickin'. So it was the second. No, but yeah, it was the first.
Okay.
And it was, I loved it. The placement was so good.
It was good. And of course, Chris Pratt would be the first one to do it.
Of course. Absolutely.
When he says you stretched face RoboCop Skeletor looking creep.
So good.
So good. I liked how this was also a really kind of emotional Drax story, just in terms of him seeming like this just bulky, stupid guy when he's really not.
Yeah.
And so when he starts speaking the kid's language, and I think it's Nebula, it's like, why didn't you tell us that you could speak the language? And he's like, you didn't ask.
Yeah.
It was just like, ooh, dang.
The character development was so good, and everybody got such a satisfying ending, and almost all of their endings could have been cheesy, but for some reason it wasn't.
No, it all worked.
I don't know. It was great.
It all worked great. I think it ended perfectly.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I if they never brought him back, like I think that's great. I love the very end, the after credit scene, the newspaper that says alien abduction, Kevin Bacon spills all.
Yeah. So good.
That's so good. So for just minor little things, I give it a 187 on story. It was really good. I think that death scene was really dumb. And there's a couple other things that I'm trying to remember that I had in my head, but you can keep talking then if I remember them. But
So I love that this movie starts kind of just with confusion in a way, or maybe chaos is a better word, because, you know, they're all in nowhere and everything, and that makes sense. But then all of a sudden, Adam Warlock just shows up and just hits Rocket first. And at first I was like, oh, did he accidentally fly into Rocket? I had no idea what was happening. And then it's just like, whoa. Like,
you don't know if
and
he's
it was
good or
right
bad.
at the beginning of the movie, too, that this war starts. And you're like, what? It already? Which I guess a lot of Guardians movies, all the Guardians movies start with some kind of battle at basically.
Well, yeah, because the second one is that big, massive thing that they're
the big thing. In the first one, he's dancing, and then he has to fight off all those people to get the orb. So I guess it makes sense. But I just like that it started off like that. The Drax line, where he said, okay, we'll kill one stupid guy who no one loves. Because what does he say? He said, we're going to kill everybody. And Peter's like, no, we're not going to kill anybody. He's like, we're going to kill just some.
We're going to kill some people or something.
Some people. It's like, no, fine, just one guy, one stupid guy that no one loves. So good, dude. So funny.
What was the nut that he was eating?
The Zarg nut.
The Zarg nut.
Yeah, the one he eats so slowly, and then he's just eating them throughout the movie. So I love that Warlock is kind of this really innocent guy. I thought that was fun because I know that's different from the comics, but I liked that aspect about him.
Yeah.
And when she's like, show him we mean business, and he disintegrates the guy, and he doesn't know that that's not what he's supposed to do.
Yep.
And then he looks down at this weird puppy thing, and he's so sad, and he just feels so bad for this puppy.
Was so
hilarious. And then he keeps the puppy for the rest of the movie.
This is a great character arc.
It's so good.
So I would say I loved him in it. I felt he was a little just put in there. For some reason, it didn't feel like natural that he was in there a lot of the times.
Well, they didn't develop that story enough. They had like some
they just announced it in the
about
second one and just like
and then
dropped it.
a couple times in this movie, she was like, yeah, we did this and this and this, and now he exists. And it's like,
okay.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
And then last thing, this was Drax's funniest movie.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to rewatch it and write down all of my favorite quotes from him. So, and I guess last thing about the story is just the way it felt the whole time. It was so good at what it did. Because for the most part, it was like a really emotional story. More than a revenge or more than an action story or whatever. Like, this was an emotional story about friendship and about teamwork and all this kind of stuff. And it was so good.
Yeah.
And it was It was coherent. It was cohesive.
Mm-hmm.
Everything made sense how it was supposed to. And the villain was good and written well.
Yeah.
He wasn't perfect, but
No.
he was still good.
He was better than most, but
Yeah.
still not like
Yeah.
the top.
He was really good
people,
for
I
an
would
MCU
think.
villain.
He was pretty good for an
Yeah.
MCU villain. Yeah.
So I have to put this in the 190s.
Okay.
I'm going to give it a 190
okay, perfect.
because I can't lower it from there.
No, that's
So,
great.
yeah.
It was good.
It was good.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
acting.
I didn't have any notes for acting, but I have two things to say.
Oh, I guess for acting, I said kill one stupid guy.
Oh,
and then it said
yeah.
now it's just sad.
Now it's just
now it's just sad. Drax crying. He did really, really well. Chris Pines. Wow.
Chris Pine.
Pines. His screams.
Are you talking about Chris Pratt?
Chris Pratt. That's what I meant to say, not Chris Pine. I put Chris Pine in my notes.
Yikes, you guys. Yikes. He doesn't even know any of the actors. He calls himself a movie critic.
His screams, emotional ones,
Yes.
are just so good.
So good.
All of his screams in this one with Rocket, oof, that was rough.
Really, really good.
I thought he was gonna die.
I did too.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna do
sure.
it. And I was like gonna be okay with it because he was gonna go be with his friends. Mm-hmm. But I also obviously I don't want him to because freaking Bradley Cooper as Rocket.
So one other funny thing about the story I just remembered was when the Guardians sneak into Orga Corp and then the security guys find him and Chris Pratt,
Pine.
Peter's like. He's like, sorry, he's the nephew's, or he's the boss's nephew. And he's a little stupid. And the guy is like, yeah, I got one of those too. This one I'm proud of. You know, he's doing a great job.
Poor guy.
This one, and poor guy's just like standing there. Sorry, that was hilarious.
But it happened again.
And it happened again later. Yeah. 100%. Okay, so as far as acting, the only three notes I guess. One, almost everybody I think was really, really good.
Yeah.
The only two things I had a minor issue with, Nebula every once in a while wasn't as good as she's been in the past.
Yeah.
And some of the voice acting for Baby and Kid Rocket wasn't great. It was a different person.
Yeah.
It wasn't Bradley Cooper, which I thought it was, but it was not.
No.
It was somebody else voicing him. So it wasn't great, but everybody else was really good.
The friends
And
were good.
The villain, I think, was Jonathan Majors good at his part.
Okay.
As far as like
I wouldn't put
intensity
him quite
goes.
as high.
So
He didn't quite sell it as much, but he was pretty close.
at least he didn't beat his girlfriend.
That's true.
As far as we know. I guess you never know, right?
Who knows now? But I think he did really
He did
well.
really good.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give this a 195.
Okay.
No, 183. I'm going to
Okay.
go with my gut. I was going to say
I
190.
gave him 190.
Okay.
Yeah. Will Poulter did really well as Adam Warlock.
He did. He was
Yeah.
different than I thought he was going to be because
Yeah.
I didn't really know anything about Adam Warlock going into it. And so I thought he was going to be more of an intense character, but he was physically intense while mentally and emotionally doing completely the opposite.
And he did it great.
And he did a really,
Yeah.
really good job. And I didn't know he was British until
Oh,
now. Like until the movie. I was like, what?
that's kind of funny.
Courtney leans over and he goes, I didn't know he was British until recently. And I was like, I didn't know he was British until you just said that. So it makes sense.
The dog bugs me too.
The dog?
Yeah, Cosmo. The voice.
Oh, that dog. I thought you were talking about the little dog that
No, dude. that
Adam
little
keeps.
dog
And I was like, what do you mean the dog
perfect.
bugs you?
No, Cosmo I think is a little, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. Okay, score. Rocket
Dude.
at the beginning with Creep.
So good.
So good. Love that.
The music when they start flying, when they jump off of the ship and they're Teletubbies, I don't know what that song is, but it's great.
I can't remember. I know what you're talking
Freaking
about, though.
so good.
Really good. The dog days are over.
Yeah,
I love
that was a great choice.
So good.
I had forgotten about that song. I forgot about Florence and the Machine, and then I heard that song. I was like, Child is back. So, yeah, the Beastie Boys, No Sleep Till Brooklyn.
Dude, that's been in like every movie recently.
Great. Yeah, right?
Mario movie.
Great placement.
Oh, man. Those were my main notes I had for score. But everything was awesome. I still can't decide if it's better than the first.
Okay.
I think the placement of the songs and everything was better than the first, but like Hooked on a Feeling, you just can never really be in
But
the
it
first
was at
movie.
the end.
I know.
But I know it was perfect in the
It
first
was
movie.
perfect in the first
So
movie.
perfect. That was like iconic.
Yeah.
It's just like something that's always going to be there now.
Yeah.
You know, just that scene with that song.
You can't think of the Guardians without Hooked on a Feeling.
Right.
You just can't.
Yeah.
It's impossible. So
Okay, what's your score?
All the sound effects were great.
Yes, sound effects were really good.
Sound effects were awesome. Dude, I love how they put the subtitles for I Am Groot at the very end. No,
Yeah.
you just heard it. You heard
Yeah,
it.
you just heard it. Yeah.
It was so emotional.
Yeah.
Because now we're all part of Groot now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, can we talk about how he said other words?
Yeah.
What the heck?
That's what, well, Nebula, was it Nebula that was talking about how, who was the one, is it Gamora that couldn't understand him the whole time?
And then she ends up understanding him towards the end.
Yeah, I thought Nebula said something like, when you are when she said something about Groot,
Oh,
like when
is
you're
that why we hear it at the end?
yeah, like when you're a part of him or when you understand him or something.
So
or
he
when
didn't
you're-
really say something else.
we just
Technically,
understood
we
him
understand.
now.
Oh, I didn't get that. I was like,
yeah.
Groot learn new words.
Yeah,
It's like,
because that's how
learned
he's
a new
always
word.
talked. We hear I Am Groot, but everybody else hears what he says. So we now,
Yeah.
that's what I was like, yeah.
That's even better.
That's good.
That's really good.
They did good.
Okay.
So this is hard because the score, it's all songs,
Yes.
but they're all great.
Yes.
And they're all placed great.
Yes. You're like, why is it not a 200?
Why is it not a 200? But I can't just throw out 200s anymore. I told myself with nobody.
Can I give
I'm
you?
giving it a 58.
Oh, okay. Beep boop. Can I tell you one thing that maybe you didn't know, maybe you did?
Okay.
You know a lot of things. So,
Yes.
did you know that James Gunn writes the songs into the script while he's writing the script?
No, that's
So that
cool.
they fit. So
That's
it's
cool.
extra part of the movie. You know, it's not like they watch the movie and they figure out what's going to work. He writes them into it, which is I think is really awesome. I just learned that today actually.
198.
Okay, I'm giving it a 199. I already wrote it down because
How many 199s have you given out?
so many. My one and only rule with score is it can't be a 200 unless it was written for the movie. That's my
Okay.
personal rule because I believe that the only thing more like personal to the movie than picking the songs while you're writing it is actually
creating them.
writing
Yeah.
and creating the song
Yeah.
for the movie. So, but other than that, yeah, the music was perfect.
Yeah.
Like so perfect.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Vibe.
This was a 200 vibe for me.
Okay.
100%. I was thrilled through the whole movie. It had me on the edge of my seat the whole time, and the action was awesome, and that's kind of all I want. And character
I'm
development.
going to do 199.
Okay.
Just for that Chris Pratt thing because I felt
Fair.
like it kind of just took away from Guardians 2.
That's fair.
So other than that, it was a really good movie.
It was.
It was really good. Very little complaints.
Yeah.
A little weird, but
Yeah, but not too weird.
like, and it wasn't like I don't think there was anything weirder or less weird than Ant-Man. It just it fit better.
It
'Cause
fit
Ant-Man
way
was
better.
really weird.
Too weird.
Yeah.
It was weird. Ant-Man was way
Maybe it was
weirder
'cause of
than this
MODOK.
movie. Yeah.
I couldn't get over that.
Oh my gosh. I forgot about the couch scene with Drax when he lays down on the people's couch in their house and they're like, Drax, sit up. And he's like, this is what it was made for.
And he just keeps starting to lean more and more.
I can see you leaning down. Get your feet off their pillows. That's so funny. My goodness. Okay.
That was a little weird seeing a whole bunch of
Yeah.
animals like mugging
So
each other
weird.
and just mowing the lawns and stuff.
Yeah, it was
I don't
really
know.
weird.
But
okay.
Okay.
What'd you give it?
972.
I gave it a 9. I'm going to say I gave it a 980.
Yeah, so you're higher than me.
Okay, 972.
Yeah.
969. You were only 3 off.
Oh, dang.
Nice. And I said 980, 977. Also
Wow.
3 off.
Hey, look at us.
that. Not bad. Not bad
Boom.
at all. Okay, box office.
Oh, gosh. Okay, so the
Do you know, have you been...
The only thing that I know is it opened. I actually don't even know the final number, but it
Okay.
was looking to open around 250
Okay,
for open. That's domestic and worldwide.
gotcha.
So, but I haven't looked up anything since then.
Okay. What's your guess?
Ooh, it's Guardians,
Yeah,
but it's the MCU.
but it's the MCU.
No, that doesn't work anymore because Ant-Man
Right.
totally
well,
bombed.
it's the MCU because it's like, oh, it's the MCU.
Yeah.
Big numbers, but it's also like it's the
It's the
MCU, right now.
That's what I'm meaning. Is
Oh
like,
yeah, that's what I was meaning too.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I was
Okay.
meaning. It's the MCU right now.
Yeah, the
and
last
that's great.
the last high grossing movie was
Doctor Strange. So almost
in the
hit a bill.
900s.
Yeah,
What did Wakanda Forever do? Was that before or after?
that was after, and
That
it
was 800s,
It was
wasn't it?
7, 8,
Oh,
7
okay.
or 8, but way less than the first Black Panther.
Yeah, because that was 1.3.
I'd say the last big one was No Way Home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Ooh, I don't know. I went so high on Ant-Man, and
You did. What did you guess on
it
Ant-Man?
was like 7 something. We don't need to talk about
Ant-Man
it.
was forever ago. That was half our podcast ago.
Yeah, it was.
735. What did it? Is it done?
It's done.
I haven't put in the numbers numbers yet. Okay, what's your guess now
Okay.
for this one?
Ugh. Oh, do I go 6 or do I go 7? 694.
That is very close to what I was going to say. 694. My answer is 702,
Wow.
which is and I had that pre-picked out.
You know what's funny? I was thinking 702.
Were you
or
really?
694.
What on earth? Okay, first of all, I'm going to look up what we're at right now.
I'll look up Shazam.
So, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 box office. We are currently looking at, holy Moses. Is this the right movie? Dude, it has already done $670 million.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, that is
Dang.
so much. I thought it would be in like the 4s or 5s right now.
Yeah. Okay. It's a hit then.
It's a hit.
Okay. Well, it looks like you won.
Jeez. That is insane. Well, that's really awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Shazam is at 133. Then it's done.
133.
Yeah.
Wow, what a flop.
What a flop. I'm trying. What's the other? So
We need Ant-Man.
the first Guardians was 773. The second Guardians was 863.
Oh wow. This might do about that good. Ant-Man ended at 476. Oof.
Super Mario is at 1.257 right now. So you won on that one.
Is that one done yet? Or is it still going?
It's still going.
Wait, why isn't my box office guess isn't written down?
Oh no. I did 1.02. I think you said 1.14 or like 1.2.
I'll have to go back. It's not done yet though, is it?
No, it's not done yet.
Okay.
It's out.
I'll have to go back and listen and
But
figure
it's
out
still
what
in
my guess
theaters.
was. Why didn't I type it out? I don't know. Dang, so this is going to do big numbers.
Yeah, it might hit
Because it's
the
only been out
first-
3 weeks, so it'll be...
It'll probably hit the first Guardians. It might sit right in the middle
yeah,
between the
somewhere
first
around.
two.
Because now my guess is just based off of that number is probably low 8s.
Yeah, that's what I would
honestly.
think.
So
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Cool.
Cool.
Well, maybe, hopefully they don't take this as, oh, the MCU's back. Let's just keep doing what we were doing.
Right.
But I have heard Kevin Feige has taken a step back and is doing things slower now.
Yeah.
So I hope that's
sure.
true. Hope we get back to our original MCU
Yeah.
where
Is
they
our
planned. And
Is our
did it.
next thing Secret Invasion?
Secret Invasion and then the Marvels.
Secret Invasion, I'm relatively excited for.
Yeah.
It looks good, like it could be cool. The Marvels,
Marvel's, the
back and forth on.
trailer's not bad.
Yeah.
But I hate Captain Marvel.
I hate Captain Marvel and I love Kamala Khan. I'm maybe one of 10 or 20 people in the world who actually watched Miss Marvel.
Is that who that
when
was?
it came out? Yeah, the girl,
Okay.
like the teenage girl.
Yeah.
Something about her I love. She's
Okay.
so charismatic and fun.
Yeah. And then the other one's from
So we'll see.
WandaVision, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
I can't remember her name.
Nope. Rhonda? No, her
No,
fake name
Rhonda-
is Her fake name is Rhonda,
Oh, that's right.
but I can't remember her real. Monica Rambeau.
There it is.
There it is.
Dang,
Got
nice.
it. Okay.
Cool. Well, there's some updates.
There are some updates. Yes.
Yeah. Definitely, again, go see this. Even if you listen to the spoiler
Mm-hmm.
one, it's very funny.
Yeah, it's such a good movie, so
Yeah.
go see it. Okay, any final thoughts?
I don't think so. Do you have any final
No,
thoughts?
I just loved this movie. I'm stoked that it's good. Even if the
Yeah.
next Marvel movie sucks, I'm happy that I have this one.
Yes.
I'm happy to have one after like over a year.
Yeah.
Where I'm just like, yes, this is really good again, you know?
Well, and Secret Invasion's a show, right?
Yes.
Do you know
In
how
a
long
month.
it is?
No, I have no idea.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, we should be here next Friday.
Yeah. We're going to be here next Friday with something.
Yep. Who knows?
There's a lot of new movies coming out now.
There's a lot.
So we got to go see some.
Yes.
And apparently Indiana Jones sucks.
I heard it was so bad.
So we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that's the movie that gets KK fired. Kathleen Kennedy. I'm hoping that's the one.
Hopefully.
But I think she's invincible. So, okay.
Cool.
Who's up?
Oh, well, technically it'd be you because I did it last
Oh, yeah. Okay. it's
last week with
Okay.
Zelda.
Rhonda Extra Aardvarks. Cool. Time, not Time, but Thyme.
Ooh.
The seasoning
'Kay.
thing. Iggy, Ozzy, Nino,
Nino. What the heck is Nino?
TTI, make. Thank you for listening to this episode of Reaction Time. I am Sam. He is Craig. Together we are Shrek. And this has been Reaction
Shrek.
Time.
Where'd the H come
We
from?
are Shrek. And this is Reaction Time. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.